In a world that feels pretty chaotic a lot of the time, have you ever just wished for a clear step-by-step guide, a timeless map that doesn't just promise you something vague like success, but actually shows you how to build a life of genuine peace, right from the ground up?
Yeah, you know that feeling, that sense that you're busy, you're moving, but you're not totally sure if you're even heading in the right direction. It's like you're trying to find your way in the dark, just kind of guessing what the next right move should be.
Well, what if I told you that a guide like that actually exists? It's an ancient teaching, about 2,500 years old, called the Mangala Sutta, and it lays out these things called the 38 blessings. Now don't let the age fool you. This isn't some dusty, forgotten relic. It's a timeless, super practical framework for building a truly prosperous life.
So that word Mangala itself is really key. See, when we hear the word blessing, we tend to think of luck, or maybe magic, something that just happens to us, right? But that's not what this is about. Here, it means something way more active, a path to progress. The whole idea is simple cause and effect. The actions you take are what directly create the conditions for your own growth and inner peace.
Okay, so the best way to get our heads around these 38 blessings is to picture them as rungs on a ladder. Let's call it the ladder of life. And the principle is simple. Just like with a real ladder, you can't just jump to the top. You have to start at the bottom, build a solid foundation, and climb up one step at a time. Each blessing is a step that lifts you methodically higher, toward a life of stability, purpose, and ultimately, an unshakable mind.
So, where does this whole journey begin? What's the very first rung on that ladder? Interestingly enough, it's not about what you do, but who you're with. The absolute foundation is all about choosing your circle, and choosing it wisely. The teachings make this really clear distinction between two types of people. On one side, you've got the fool. And listen, this isn't about intelligence. It's about their mindset. This is the person who kind of drains your energy, justifies poor choices, and gets all defensive if you offer advice. And then on the other side, you've got the wise. This is the person who genuinely gets a kick out of doing what's right, who encourages your growth, and who sees good advice not as criticism, but as a gift.
There's this ancient proverb that just hits the nail on the head. It says, "A leaf that wraps a smelly fish will also smell foul." It's a perfect reminder that the qualities of the people around us aren't contained. They inevitably rub off. If you're constantly wrapped in negativity or bad choices, well, that influence is going to cling to you.
So it really all boils down to this. The first three rungs on our ladder are a conscious choice about your social world. Number 1, steer clear of people who pull you down. Number 2, actively seek out the ones who lift you up. And number 3, honor and learn from the people who already embody the kind of character you aspire to. This isn't just a small first step, it's the bedrock of the entire journey.
Okay, once you've got that foundation secure by choosing the right company, the next stage of the climb is all about building yourself. This is where you start gathering the tools you're going to need to construct a meaningful life.
And what's so incredible is just how modern these ancient ideas feel. The next few blessings basically lay out 3 essential tools for your personal toolkit. First is knowledge. You can think of this as your hard skills, learning stuff that's genuinely useful. Second is skills, mastering a craft or a profession. Let's call those your soft skills. But the third tool is the glue that holds it all together, discipline. That's the self-control to actually apply your knowledge and your skills, day in and day out.
I absolutely love this metaphor because it's so true. You can have the brightest, most powerful flashlight in the world. That's your skills. But if you have a shaky hand, if you've got no discipline to hold it steady, that light is just scattered and useless. Discipline is the steady hand that focuses your energy and lets you actually make an impact.
So you've built a strong foundation, and you've equipped yourself with skills and discipline, but the ladder doesn't stop there. The next climb is about taking all that personal development and applying it outward, starting with the people who matter most, your family and your community.
This part of the path is a big reminder that progress isn't a solo journey. The next set of blessings are all about strengthening our personal world. It's about caring for our parents, guiding our children, respecting our partner, and doing our work with integrity. And these aren't just separate items on a checklist. They are the interconnected pillars that create a truly stable and supportive home.
And the crucial insight here is that taking care of these things isn't a burden. It's a blessing that flows both ways. When you create a secure and loving environment for others, you're also building an unshakable support system for yourself, a secure base that lets you go out and confidently face the world. All right, we've climbed from the foundation of our relationships through building our skills, all the way to contributing to our families. Now, we're arriving at the final rungs of the ladder, the summit. And this is the ultimate goal of this entire journey, achieving a truly stable and peaceful mind.
Let's be honest, life is constantly throwing things at us. These teachings have a really poetic name for it, the 8 worldly winds. And if you think about it, our lives are a constant cycle of these pairs. We experience gain, and then we experience loss. We achieve status, then we face disgrace. We get praise, and then we get blame. We feel pleasure, and we feel pain. Absolutely no one is immune to these winds.
And this brings us to the highest blessing of them all. It's not about trying to stop the winds from blowing. That's impossible. It's about achieving a mind that is unshaken by them. A mind that doesn't get swept up in arrogance when it's praised or crumble in despair when it's blamed. It's a mind that just stays balanced and centered no matter what the world is throwing at it.
This is the pinnacle of the whole journey. It's not about controlling the world outside of you. It's about cultivating a state of inner resilience that's so profound, the world just can't control you anymore. Now that is true freedom. A mind that is serene, secure, and at peace, regardless of the storms that might be raging around it.
So, after walking through this 2,500-year-old map, the real question isn't just about understanding it, it's about applying it. I want you to take a look at your own life right now, from the foundation all the way up to the summit. What is your next step on this ladder?